Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Elena, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about planning life and managing money. In today's video, I'm going to be diving into my planner, showing you my January setup, showing you all of the different parts of my planner, the bottom tabs, the top tabs, and talking about how I use everything within this one system. So if you've never seen my planner before, this is a planner that I created. I do Frankenplan my planner, which means I have multiple planners all within this one book. So I put this on disc so that I am able to easily pull out and add in whatever I need. So I currently have on my crock covers. I do love the crock covers because it does protect my planner. When you open it, the very first thing that you see is the Tom 90 planner. This stands for The Organized Money, and it's called the Tom 90 planner because it is a 90-day planner. Basically, you get 3 months of 4 different types of planners, and I've also added in some additional inserts in order to make my planner complete. So when you flip it open, the very first thing that you see is my goal setting page. This is my word and my goals for the year. So I have 4 goals here, but my word for the year is freedom. So I have basically decided how I'm going to apply freedom in different areas of my life. I did do an entire video on this setup explaining why I did it this way, so I will link that video above if you wanted to watch it. After this, I do have my future planning section, which I did not fill this out, and it's mainly because I do now have a monthly section, but I will add the highlights on this page of different things or memories that have happened every single month this year. I think that that would be a great way to use this page since I don't need it for future planning anymore, but I have to take time to actually fill this sheet out. After this, I do have my planner routine. Now, my planner routine isn't filled out yet either because I was still deciding on what I wanted to do for 2023. I think I have figured it out. So I will fill this one out later on as well. The next section is a bottom tab. So this bottom tab is my monthly tab, and this is where I'm keeping all of my future dated months. And this is because my planner only has 1 month in it at a time. So I always need a section for future planning. So this has February. We also have March in here. And then I have some blank ones in here for April, May, and June. But as things are coming up, I am able to fill this out and kind of stay on top of anything that's coming up in the future months. This helps so that I don't overbook myself either. I could quickly come to this section, check any dates, and see what I have going on in upcoming months. After my monthly section, we go into my weekly section, and my weekly section is my life planner. So my life planner is an hourly planner that I created in order to help me to stay on top of my schedule as a whole. The very first page in here is my January overview page. I have my goals. I also have the book that I want to read this month, my quote for this month, what I want to do within my business, and what I want to do within my home. So I will set this up at the beginning of the month, and then at the end of the month, I will evaluate how well I did with each one of these things. Did I finish this book? How well did I do with my goals? How did I do with my business? And so on. So I like having this page as an overview. After that, we have my monthly page. My monthly is an overview of everything that I need to do for the month of January. And this covers every single thing in every other section. So I have color coded this calendar. Green is for church items and church events. Black is for business items, and blue are personal or home items. I love having everything on one calendar so I'm easily able to see anything that I need to do, any place that I need to be. This helps me to stay on top of it all in all 3 of those areas, with my church, with my work, and with my home. After this is my weekly pages. And so with my weekly pages, this is my hourly setup, and this is where I will set up my schedule for the week. I will usually decide the top 3 or 4 things that I want to do every single day, and then I will time block my day. I am blocking off spaces of time or deciding what events I need to go to, what things I want to do through throughout the week. And this helps me to really plan out anything that's coming up for the week and making sure that I don't miss out on any events. So this was the very first week of January, and that's all I've done so far, but I do have the entire month of January in here, and then it goes into my next section. So this is actually a full planner that I have. I have a life planner that is a 12-month undated planner. However, for my Tom 90 planner, I only take out the current month that I need. So since we are currently in January, that's what this section is. That's what I have, is the month of January for my schedule, so that I can stay on top of my weekly schedule here. The next section that I have in here is my daily section, and I really didn't need dailies so far this month. I mean, it's the very first week of January, so I'm sure at some point this month I will need a daily sheet, but I only use these sheets as I need them. Usually I will use them if I have a super busy day or I just want to map out my day in a little bit more detail. So I'm able to plan out my full day. I'm also able to plan out breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack. I also have my to-do list here. But like I said, this is me reiterating anything that might be on my weekly spread. And even with my weekly spread, sometimes I will plan out my week and then I will realize when I get to a particular day that this day is not going to flow the way that I had planned for it to flow. And so I will replan my day on one of my daily sheets. So I do have a bunch of these sheets in here, but like I said, I only use them as I need them. So I keep about 15 sheets since I know I won't need it every single day. After my daily section, I have another bottom tab, but this is my habit tracking section. My habit tracker is a planner insert that I will use to help me to stay on top of my different habits throughout the week. So this is the summary sheet that I created for all of my habits. All of my habits are pretty redundant. I'm basically doing the same thing and tracking the same thing throughout the year. So I created this summary sheet so I can kind of give myself a score for every single month to let myself know how well I am doing. Initially, I was thinking that I was just going to use this sheet and use my to-do section in order to keep track, but I kind of got away from that pretty quickly and decided to add habit tracking sheets into my planner again and track them by the week. So this is the very first week of January where I've listed out all of my habits here, and then I've also added the dates across the top, and then I will just give myself a check or an X mark if I don't complete that particular item. So I have a couple of habit tracker sheets in here, and the very next section that I have in here is my to-do section. And with my to-do section on my monthly overview page, I am using this page to kind of keep up with income, expenses, different things that I am spending, classes that I am teaching, what's coming up in the next month, and also some church items. So this is pretty much going to be like a money page or a money overview page for different areas. And then when we go into my monthly spread, I currently have in here my social media calendar, but I believe I'm going to switch it for the month of February and use this as a workout or a health tracker. I believe I'm going to keep track of my workouts and my sleep and just how I'm feeling, my overall mood on my monthly. As you can see, I started adding in my workouts here. I did do a couple of workouts this week, but I realized that because I had already filled this out, that it was better for me to just really start fresh in February. But this is currently my social media spread, but I decided to do something else for that, and I'm going to show you that in a few, and decided that this is going to be a way that I track my health and my workouts. But with my to-do planner, I keep one really long to-do list every single day of different things that I want to do. Now, what's the difference between this and my weekly spread? Well, my weekly spread, I keep my top things, the very top things that I want to complete. These are the things that are almost non-negotiable or hopefully non-negotiable, and these are the top things that I want to get done. But I do have a bunch of other things that I want to do as well. So this is where I'm just brain dumping all of those other things, keeping track of all of the other things that I want to get done as well, so that I can check them off as I am able to complete them. And after my to-do section, I do have a bottom tab for my social media. And my social media, the very first thing that you will see is this month's calendar. So what I had started to do within the Organize You is send out a monthly calendar at the beginning of every single month, telling all of my members when my classes were going to be, what videos are going to come out, when I'm going live on YouTube, all of the details. And so what I decided to do is, instead of writing all of this information in my to-do planner, I could just print it. And so I just printed the calendar and added it into my planner. So then that way I can just check it off as I complete them. And this really helps me because I was just rewriting the exact same information from this calendar onto my to-do planner. So since I already need to create this planner for my members and to post it onto the site, I just made it much easier for myself by just printing it out and adding it in here. So this is the social media calendar for the month of January. And then after this, I do have my content ideas sheet. This is just where I will keep a track of different ideas that I have so that I can check them off as I complete them. And then after this, I have my YouTube tracker. So these are all of the upcoming videos that I have. And then I just kind of mark them off as I have completed them, or mark off where I am in the process. I do have a couple of the YouTube trackers in here, and I also have my Instagram weekly social media posting schedule. I didn't fill it out for this week because I didn't set a schedule for this week, but next week I will fill this one out so that I can set a schedule and get back to posting consistently on Instagram. After my YouTube tracker and my Instagram tracker, the next bottom tab I have is for cleaning. So this is my home cleaning section, and this is where I keep up with my inserts for my home cleaning, and I have just added in the days of the week. So you see I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't do any cleaning on Sunday, and I just mark off the things that I'm supposed to be doing consistently, like laundry and dishes, and then anything else that I decide to do on that day, I will just write it in. This is a great way for me to stay on top of what rooms in my home have been cleaned, what rooms I need to clean, when is the last time something was done. This really does help me with that. So I do have a couple of these sheets in here as well. And then the next section, bottom tab, is my meals section. And this is where we are planning out everything that we are going to eat, or tracking all of the things that we are eating for the week. So I will usually talk to my husband on a Sunday and we will plan out the entire week. For the most part, we are really planning out our dinners, but every now and then we will plan out breakfast and lunch as well. Or I like to have at least an idea of a couple of options that I can have. So it's not that I eat every single thing that's on this list every time, but I will kind of map it out and plan it here. And if I'm trying to keep track of what I have actually eaten, I will flip to this page because this will definitely have my actual eating. Or if I didn't fill out a daily, it is also on my weekly tab. So it's almost like this is the plan, but this is what you actually did. But I like to plan it out just to have an idea and hopefully be able to stick to it as much as possible. So after my weekly meal planning, the next section that I have in here is my faith section. So within my faith section on my monthly spread, I am doing the verse of the day. This is from the YouVersion Bible app, where I will look at the verse of the day and then I will just jot it down in my monthly spread. And then when it comes to my weekly spread, this is where I will do my Bible study, or I will do my faith planning. And if you've never seen any of my faith planning videos, I post those on my other channel. So I will link that one above if you wanted to catch this one. This week I did a spread on how to discover God's purpose for your life. And so this is how I am using my weekly. My weeklies are horizontal, undated horizontal planner, and so every single week I will just map out a topic that I want to dive into, and then I will do Bible study and I will put down some stickers and talk it through, usually with you all on a video. After my faith section is my budget section. Now, I haven't set up my budget for the month of January just yet. That is going to be tomorrow's video. So we are going to dive into my budget planning process and setting up for the month of January on tomorrow. And I'm going to be setting up my monthly spread and my paycheck budgets for the month of January. But this entire section is dedicated to my budget. And the last section that I currently have in here is my reading planner. So my reading planner, I did switch up my tracker for this year because I wanted to be able to add pictures of the books that I was reading as well. So this is the book that I just finished, which is The 12-Week Year, and this one is The Psychology of Money. I do have a video coming up talking about how I am able to read so many books throughout the year, so be on the lookout for that one. But this is my tracker now. This is a new one that I just created, and I am going to add it to my shop. Within the reading tracker, you are going to get the picture of 12 books, so you could either write in the book that you have read or add in the picture like I have, and I like to add the date that I finished the book right at the bottom. After this, I do also have the book list to read. This is basically my TBR list, and I wanted to keep track of this because every time I finish a book, I'm always like, okay, what's next? What do I want to read next? So now that I have this list, it makes it really easy for me to see and plan out what I want to read next. So I have a couple of those sheets, and then it goes into my actual reading planner. So my reading planner is a vertical planner. I haven't filled this one out yet, but I am going to fill it out for the month of January. I just started reading a new book since I finished my last book on the 2nd of the month. So I do need to add in some notes and some things that I learned from that book, and then also add in the picture of the new book that I am currently reading. So I'll probably do that on video with you all so that you can see how I set up and use my reading planner. And this is my current planner setup for the month of January. I am loving this setup. I mean, I've been using this particular system for about the past 4 years now. It is definitely a staple. I absolutely love being able to use my planner in this way. So I don't have many changes for the month of January, but I did want to share with you how my planner currently looks. So let me know in the comments below, are you making any changes to your planner for the month of January? I would love to hear from you, and I will talk to you in my next video. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.